What a feeling as Big Jimmy and Peter Ambrose send the Dons top of the Scottish Premiership. Welcome back to Fog Football. It's 14 wins, 1 draw out of 15. It really couldn't be any better for Aberdeen right now. In the rain at Pittodrie, 19,000 Dons cheering their team on, even though I'm pretty sure there have been some Dundee United fans in there. But anyway, the New Firm Derby, it belongs to Aberdeen. And what a night it was.
Great night, Aberdeen getting the win in the end. They weren't great, but they did what they needed to do, and that was beat Dundee United. But for the longest time, honestly, I thought they were going to drop points here. Thought they weren't going to get over the line. Don't think they were great. I mean, they were the better team, no doubt about that. They looked more likely to score, but it wasn't a fantastic Aberdeen performance, although in the end, didn't need to be, because they got a goal. Dundee United didn't. That gave Aberdeen 3 points, and it put them 3 points clear of Celtic. You know what, sometimes it doesn't really matter. You don't have to win every game by 3 goals. You don't have to dominate every single game. All you need to do is win. And Aberdeen eventually tonight done that.
And that's what they did do. But what you've got to look at is the fact Aberdeen, right? I don't think they've got a squad capable of putting every team to the sword 3 or 4-0. Rangers and Celtic at home, you know, they can beat teams by a few goals. I mean, especially Celtic, obviously. Aberdeen, we've talked about a title challenge. If they are going to win the title, I think there's going to be about, I mean, how many games are left? What, 29 after this one? I think there's going to honestly be about, like, how many games? I mean, there's going to be at least 20 games for Aberdeen that are going to be nervy like this. 0-0 after 60, 65 minutes, and they're going to have to pull through. They're going to have to come through. And even here, forget about first. If they want to go to finish second, they're going to have to do the same thing. But I look at this Aberdeen team, man, and I see a strong squad. I mean, look at their bench tonight. All right, Leighton Clarkson, Graham Shinney, Morris, Bazoujian, Ambrose, McDonald, all these Aberdeen career mode legends. I think when you've got the likes of Shinney and Clarkson on the bench, you've got a decent squad.
Well, you do. I mean, when you've got that quality sitting on the bench in the cold, in the piss and rain, then, I mean, it shows you what you're all about.
Shows you what you're all about. But the game, I mean, let's be honest, it wasn't that good, all right? You look at the first half, Aberdeen, similar to Parkhead, I feel, where they didn't really step up to task. Dundee United, I mean, they're hyping up in commentary, and, you know, the pundits and the analysis is like, oh, these teams are now turning up to Pittodrie like they're turning up to Ibrox or Parkhead and just parking the bus and putting 2 banks of 4 in front of Aberdeen. I don't know if I'd go that far and say that's what's happening, but I look at this Aberdeen team. I look at Nielsen, right? I remember when they signed this guy, Scandinavian man, in his 30s. I thought, is he going to be able to match the pace of the Scottish Premiership and the hard-hittingness of it? The physicalness of it, and I thought no, but I actually think he's been the hidden gem of that Aberdeen team. Nielsen in centre mid.
He has, he's been good for them, no doubt about that.
I mean, he's been a bit of a journeyman, so to speak. As for the first half, I mean, what notable chances really were there? Mitov didn't really have much to do. Aberdeen, I mean, they were whipping balls into the box, some dodgy defending from Dundee United, flick-ons going elsewhere, but I mean, can you really recall a shot in that first half?
No, it was dire. Nothing really happened.
And, I mean, I guess if you're going to play dire, and both teams did, I mean, if you can keep it at 0-0, that's what you've got to do. Just do the basics right and move on. And that's exactly what they did, because when you go into the second half, I tell you what, big Paul Varsa, I don't agree with his booking on the 31st minute. I thought that was very soft. I thought the referee didn't really know what he was doing there. But Graham Shinney, we've seen him come on the 65th minute. Kisnikin went off. And what I like about Jimmy Thielen is he's actually...
Morris was really good second half. He caused Dundee United a lot of problems down the right-hand side.
He was, but I think Jimmy Thielen, he's very proactive. We've seen it at Parkhead. He makes the subs at half-time. He doesn't wait till he's 1-0 down, even though they were 2-0 down in that game, but he changes it. He takes the game to the opposition.
That's what you want, though.
That's a forward-thinking manager, all right? Not this... oh, let's wait to the 70th minute and then make the same 5 substitutions that we make every week. No, they're actually doing different stuff week in, week out. They're pushing for the goal, right? Dundee United, the longer this game went on, they're beginning to sit back. They're picking up late yellows. Babunski, captain, obviously picks up the yellow. Ferry picks up the yellow. Savic picks up the yellow. I mean, it was a pretty heinous yellow that Ferry picked up. It was one that he kind of just had to do, though, wipe out. I believe it was Morris on the counter-attack. But I tell you what.
Heinous?
Aye. What?
It's not how I would describe it, like, but
What would you describe it as then?
not fucking heinous, like.
Why wiped him clean out?
Alright, okay.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not
The guy
gonna.
should be in jail or something, man.
Well, I don't really think any football tackle should end up anybody in jail. Can you think of a football tackle anyone should end up in jail for?
Well, I don't think it should be heinous then. It's not. I wouldn't describe that as heinous.
Just because heinous is in my bloody vocabulary, mate, and it's nowhere near yours.
No, well, I think you've misused it, like. Cause
Who's that centre back at the back there? The guy beginning with M and ending in Y. What's his name?
Malay.
Malloy, mate. It's Malloy. Tell you what, he had a good game. I mean, it feels like everybody that Aberdeen have actually signed have been great.
Aye, all the signs have been good, no complaints.
And I think that's a show of a good manager, man. Jimmy Thielen, not that we were giving him slack, but it's always like, right, what's this guy actually going to be capable of doing? We heard the hand from your Diddy team, we're going to challenge for the league this year. Didn't hear that for the Aberdeen boys. They stepped up to task. Devlin had a really good game. But Aberdeen, they kept pushing, and they do manage to get that goal, of course. The goal coming from big Ambrose. It was a wee bit jammy, but I tell you what, if you're going to win a league title or finish second in the Scottish Premiership and break the Old Firm stranglehold, that's exactly what you've got to do. Peter Ambrose, man, he's just there at the back post. Nicky Devlin fighting like he always does. Here, look what he did against Portugal for Scotland. Great, he's getting on the end of all these shots for like Rafael Leo and Cristiano Ronaldo here. He's making himself a nuisance. I mean, Dundee United wanted a foul here. No, this is never a foul. Nicky Devlin just out-muscling the Dundee United defender, gets the ball across to Peter Ambrose. He simply cannot miss. He pokes it into the back of the net. Brilliant. Dundee United completely under the cosh. Naturally, they come out a bit. Dundee United go forward, and then that's when Aberdeen hit on the counter-attack. Was it a penalty, though? Let's talk about it. Yes, it was a penalty, but the problem is it was offside. Peter Ambrose, a great run, but the pass was just a bit too delayed. If he passes it, I mean, I don't get this. It's like we're playing FIFA. It's like, why not just release the pass earlier? They don't do it. He's brought down by Selvage. They end up just waste about 20 minutes, man, with the VAR. But like the commentators know that he's not going to give the penalty before the referees even came to a final decision. I don't like that. I would actually prefer if the commentators just shut up and then we get the decision as it happens. Would you not agree with that?
Yeah, because once he tells us we're not getting it and we're still
like
sitting there.
The referee's sitting there, man. His 2 fingers up to his earpiece, and whoever's on commentary's fucking Michael Stewart. He's not getting it. I think the drama when the referee takes his fingers away from his ear and then he's going to point or he's going to put his hand up, I think that adds to the game. I think that's actually a good aspect of VAR, not this Michael Stewart and the most monotone fucking voice of all time, like Craig Lefine's rapped at his door with a bloody pumpkin, he's expecting sweets. Not that, but anyway, gets disallowed. Rubicic takes the head clean out of Kevin Holt. Dundee United have a throw-in. Glenn Middleton whips it back across. He finds out Will Ferry. He goes to put it in the back of the net. I mean, there's that many bodies to get it past here. It was pretty much impossible. Balloons it out of Pataudry. Aberdeen remain. Well, I'll say remain. They're top of the league now. Officially top of the league. Not this joint on points pish. Oh no,
Aberdeen are sitting top, man. They're the angel. They're the star on top of the tree.
Aye.
Till tomorrow.
And Hearts and Hibs are the presents. The shitey presents.
The presents that nobody wants.
The presents for the blockbuster fucking bargain basement bin.
Aye, well, wait. Our Hibs are the stump of the tree. Hibs are shite. Hibs will only be in the tree next season. They won't even be in the house.
They won't be in it. They
won't be celebrating Christmas.
We'll see how it goes.
They won't be partying.
But I mean, to wrap it up, the game, yeah, I mean, it's more a moment. It's more the fact that Peter Ambrose got the goal and got Aberdeen over the line. But tell you what, Jimmy Thielen, when will you be like, you know what, this is serious? When do we have to get to the point where Aberdeen, is it Wednesday? Is it if they put Rangers to the sword?
If Aberdeen beat Rangers, then that's when
No, but this is exactly why I want Aberdeen to win, right? I mean, because A, I want Aberdeen to beat Celtic to the league title if it happens, because I don't have faith in my own club, which is sad. But 2, I want Aberdeen at their best to see if this Philip Clement can actually get a tune out of Rangers and take it to Aberdeen at Pataudry. Because they haven't been able to do it when Aberdeen have been pish half the time.
No, they haven't, but you know what? You feel like Aberdeen need it to win the day just for a backup. Because now, not that they want to, but let's say they did lose to Rangers, or they draw against Rangers, it's not it's a setback. But if they didn't win the day, then they lost to Rangers. All of a sudden, Celtic are out of reach.
No, absolutely, and that is the problem. But you're right.
So at least now, no matter what happens against Rangers, Aberdeen are still one game.
I mean,
one win away for
yeah,
Celtic.
I think. I mean, forget about the league for a second. I think if they lost today, it would have been a different story. But I think a draw against Rangers is actually a good result if you're keeping your feet on the ground and just looking at Rangers for second place.
Oh, absolutely, aye.
Because it keeps the gap at 6 points. But I tell you what, if Aberdeen win, right, and we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. Motherwell might win, Celtic might draw that game, whatever. St Mirren might turn up at Ibrox. It could be looking ever so peachy come Sunday night. Either way, they're up there. Can't complain from Aberdeen.
Sir Jimmy Thielen, give him the knighthood.
Aye, give him the... Here, could this be the guy to win trophies with Aberdeen and turn Manchester United around? To repeat what Sir Alex did?
Maybe he's doing that Football Manager save.
Could be.
Where you have to win the title first with Aberdeen before you go to United.
Waste about 40 years of your fucking life.
It could be, aye.
Could be. Anyway, guys.
Alex Ferguson challenge.
Aberdeen 1-0. Chaos tomorrow. Got Edinburgh Derby, 2 Old Firm matches. Well, it's not like Rangers Celtic play each other twice, but you know the score, right? We'll be here for it. Anyway, till then, peace.